What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a full face I was gonna say get ready with me, but I mean, I guess we are getting ready with me, but I'm not going anywhere today. So today's vibes are really, I was going for kind of like all of the colors of the flame, so like purple, blue, red, orange, yellow. But I feel like it's giving more of like a tropical vibe, which, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but also too, I think you really need to see the up close in this look in order to see just how truly stunning that it is. I'm going to be doing my eyes as well as my face makeup in today's video. I think that my face makeup, it just comes out so lovely that I just really enjoy, you know, doing it on camera with you guys, and I really just love seeing the whole process come together at the end, just to have this really like flawless base. Don't look at my chin, okay? We're not looking at the chin. Eyes up here, okay? Ow. Ouchie. I've been like jacking myself up all day. So don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of the video, so that way you can see an up close of this eye makeup, so that way you can see the true beauty of the blend. And without further ado, if you want to see how I achieved this gorgeous makeup today, then please do keep on watching. We're gonna ignore my hair, it's very poofy, and I'm just kind of dusting it out of the way. So yeah, we're ignoring everything but the makeup today. So I really wanted to incorporate the, okay, so these bottom ones aren't magnetized. I just depotted these out of the Mean Girls X Profusion collection because my kid completely destroyed that shit, and so I was able to I just pulled out my favorite shades out of it. So yeah, these are not magnetized. So I really wanted to incorporate in today's look some of the Unearthly Cosmetics single shadows. So I was thinking probably like this gold and like this reddy shade here. And I was also thinking of popping in a little bit of this yellow. It's going to be a whole vibe. My palette of choice today is going to be the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti by Bperfect Cosmetics. She looks like this. I actually haven't busted this one out in a good long while, and today's the day. So let me prime my lids. So I'm going to take this Jessup 234 Luxe Smoky Shader, which is just a flat brush, but these little brushes are so nice for like blending. And I'm going to start by taking the purple, which is called a Blackberry. And I'm just going for a very simplistic like cut crease. So I'm just going to pack this down starting in my outer corner, up over my lid, and right into my upper crease. But not much further than this. You know, we're going to cut the crease. The lid's going to be all tropical colors. And then I'll give the edges a nice soft little blend in preparation for those blues. Now I'm going to be taking the Morphe M506 brush, and I'm actually going to go into the shade Lagoon, which is this beautiful blue shade right here. I'm just going to go straight into little circle motions and start blending that first shade out. And just kind of start like working those together. So I'm going to take this a little bit further in than that purple shade right in the front right here. And I'm making sure to keep the edges soft so that way my next color will blend in super smooth. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to take the shade Reef. I was initially considering taking this green shade because in my head I'm thinking like flame, but I kind of did also want to keep this blue in the blue realm, so I'm like, I could do tropical, can't I? We're just going to do the shade Reef. So yeah, so I'm just going to take the shade Reef, which is this beautiful like teal green blue. I'm just going to take it on a fluffy brush. start to buff and buff and buff and buff and buff. She's buffing. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go through all my colors, make sure that everything is nice and blended and pigmented. That's not the right word, but you get my gist. Okay, so I just went ahead and I cut out my crease with my P. Louise cut carver. And now I'm just laying more base down. Just the regular number 2 I always use. I was thinking of laying down the blank canvas, but decided against it because I just need like a thin layer and that stuff's pretty thick. And then I'm just going to take a like flat brush. Not flat, a fat brush. And I'm just going to blend the edge of this out. So now I'm going to take the purple brush with no additional product and just kind of help soften the base into the end of the purple. Alright, so I'm going to be using like all of the reds, the oranges, and the yellows in this palette. So I'm going to start with this deep dark red, which is called Chili Powder. I'll then move up to the shade Blaze, which is just a lighter red. Then I'll go up to the shade Showdown, which is a reddy orange. Then I'm going to use the shade Mango, which is of course the stark orange. And then the shade Yellow, which is a more orangey toned yellow. That's going to go right in my inner corner portion. So yeah, I didn't want to just have to keep lifting up the palette because I'm literally just going down the rows of reds. So yeah, starting with the shade Chili Pepper. I'm going to just take it on this flat brush. But this it's a fat little flat packing brush, but it's fluffy. So when I go in like this, it's going to help us blend all of the colors as we go. I am just going to be using the same brush for all of my colors, so it's going to be really nice. I'm going to go at a slight angle, but not quite wing liner angle, so just slight. And then I'll dust the brush off, taking the shade Blaze. And I'm going to do the same thing. Dust the brush off, shade Sundown. Tappity, tappity, tap, tap. Wow, good job, baby. Now the shade Mango. Yes, 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 yes. This is giving me super tropical vibes. Actually, I think I'm going to need a littler brush for this next part. I'm just going to take a flat brush with the shade Yellow. That way I can really get in there. And then I'll just kind of go over all of those colors until they're smooth, but also I don't want to lose any of the intensity. I feel like it was a little bit unnecessary to go in with all those colors, but also that's probably why it looks so flawless. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be taking the Unearthly Singles. This is just my little Z palette. So I'm going to be taking some of these shades. Let's see. Okay, so for sure I want to take this shade, which is shade Fever, which is kind of like pinky red toned. And I'm going to pack this down right on the reds. This is like greeny gold, pinky red. I don't know how to describe this. I am not 100% sure if these are duochromes, but these are stunning. So this is what it looks like without any glitter, pigment, or primer. It's just the shade on its own. I'm going to lay down the other shade, and then I was going to go over it with a little bit of glitter base just to see how reflective we can get it. I was thinking of taking this shade searing, but this is more of like a brownie red color, so I think this would look so nice on maybe like a brown smoky eye or something like that. But I was gonna take this, but I don't think it's gonna match the tones. And again, this is shade Searing. And then there's also a purple. She also did have a purple shade Ignite, so I guess I'll swatch these for you guys since I'm not going to use them. Shade Searing, shade Ignite, which is the purples. This one's the brownie ready, definitely more coppery brown in the swatch. And this is Searing, which is a purple, maybe to like bronze shade. I can't tell too much. Definitely giving me bronzed vibes though. And of course we have the shade Fever and the shade Lit, which I'll do swatches because obviously I'm laying it on top of colors. You're not going to be able to see it as well. Can you tell that this one's my favorite because the moon symbol is already going bye-bye. And then this is a shade Lit, which is like a gold. This is a highlighter. I'm not using that as a highlighter today because I wanted to use the shade Pixie of Unearthly Cosmetics because the blue. Yes. And this one is blue, purple, and pink. So yeah. Anyways, this would look bomb as a highlighter. So this is shade Lit, which, and then this is the shade, no, this gold is shade Lit. The red is Fever. Makes sense. This is kind of like I'm kind of giving like red to gold vibes, maybe pinky red to like gold vibes, and this is giving very much bronze goddess, like super bronze goddess. So let's take the shade Lit, and we're gonna pop this by the orange. Connor, baby, you gotta go. That's too loud. Connor, hey, turn it down or go away. Turn it down or go away, bud. Okay, love you. So this is what it looks like just on its own, and now let's just add a smidge of the pigment glue. So initially the pigment glue is going to dull the shine until I retap it because it's like, you know, glue. So we're just tapping that over, and then I'll take more of those shades and just retap them. Oh, stop it right now. Like, you don't need the glitter glue, but my God, when you put the glitter glue, it's so shiny. I'm going to take the Unearthly Cosmetics Gel Liner. I'm a little bit bummed because the moon is starting to rub off. And this is so pretty. Like, how dare you, honestly? How dare you remove yourself? So I'm just going to take some eyeliner brush. These are very creamy. I always say that, like, every time I use these because it is, like, the most well-known fact of these. So I'll just take it on the liner brush. Half wing moment. Are we surprised? I just think that that suits my eye so well. It just, like, gives me that cat eye effect. So I always end up doing, like, a little wing. Some sort of wing. Did I already say this is in the shade Jam? And then I'll take the shade Blackberry on a little flat brush, because can you see it's kind of not quite matte. Now I could lay this down and layer it up, but I don't want to wait for it to dry, so we're just gonna tap some fresh shadow over top. Let's move on to our face. So I really wanted a very dewy, glowy complexion today because I'm feeling very dull and like broken out, and I want to glow to the gods. So of course you guys already know, I already primed my skin prior to filming. So I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn liquid highlighter, and this is in the shade Lightning. I don't think this is sold on her website anymore. I'm going to have to check on Morphe's website to see if I could find it for you guys, if anybody is interested in picking this up. Because I bought it on sale on Morphe's website. I am so cheap. I am always down for a 50% off sale. Oh, let me tell ya. If you're paler, I mean, if you're darker than me, I would not recommend using this shade all over your face because it'll probably turn you into Casper, the creepy ghost. So yeah. Next up, I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay. Let me shake it up. There we go. Really get in there. Okay. Oh my gosh. So, I already have my next video in mind, which I'm going to be doing a husband picks my makeup. And so I already had my husband pick all of my makeup out. Husband picks my makeup. That's what it's gonna be. So I had my husband pick out all my makeup the other night. He was in a good mood, so I got him while he was good, because you know sometimes he comes home in a bad mood. So I had my husband pick out every single step of my makeup: brows, eyeshadow, primer, like all of it, setting spray, literally everything. I'm gonna take a little bit of the LA Girl Pro Color Mixing Foundation, the blue one. This is a little yellow toned. I literally just take a dot of this and then I'll put it on each of my fingers and rub it in to make this more cool toned. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing my next video is gonna be my husband picked out my makeup. Now my husband did not want to be he didn't want to film a video with me because I wanted to do this for our anniversary. Our 7-year anniversary just passed in June. So yeah, I wanted to do this video then. My husband said that he didn't want to film a video with me. And my husband's such a bougie ass bitch, let me tell ya. So I'm really excited for that video. You guys, I can't wait to show you guys all the products my husband picked. And honestly, when I looked at it all in the bucket, I was like, yep, that looks like my husband. You never been to heaven, have you? Are we surprised? If you're surprised, then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jessica. This is my shit, Too Faced, shade Golden. Mixed it up with a little bit of the LA Girl pigment to make it cool toned. It's a vibe. I wanted to try blending this out with a sponge today for no other reason besides I wanted to try it. Ooh. I could definitely tell like a difference between blending it out with a brush and a sponge, because I feel like the brush kind of does lift just a little bit, because I do tend to do those back and forth motions with my brush instead of like tapping. Like I do tap, but I also end up with like a little bit of like a back and forth motion, and that does kind of lift it. But this gave me like a very seamless application of that. Okay, I'm gonna be taking the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this is in the shade Turks and Caicos. And I'm going to take it on the brush that I usually use my bronzer for. I cleaned it. Can you tell how much I love this thing because it's falling apart? Yeah, I'm just going to... Because these e.l.f. blushes are very, like, sheer buildable, I'm going to take a big-ass brush and just really get in there. Oh, this color is so stunning. With that beautiful teal blue. Now I'm going to be taking the Beauty Creation Flawless Day Concealer in the shade C2 and the Jaclyn Concealer in the shade Fairest Neutral. So this is the really bright shade. So I'll go in with this one first because it's a little bit more my skin tone. And I'm honestly not going to put too much of this. I guess that is quite a lot actually. And then I'll take this to really brighten and also help the tone. And this Jaclyn concealer, you guys, it's so good. Like, even if it does dry down fast sometimes, because sometimes it doesn't, and I think it has to do with the hydration in my skin, it leaves such a blurred and flawless finish. And I wore the Jaclyn concealer, I'm pretty sure that's the one that I wore for the 4th of July. When I tell you, I was flabbergasted at how well my skin looked after all of those hours. People are sleeping on Jaclyn, let me tell ya. Look at how fucking pretty that is. You can't fake that, you know? Flawless. Alright, So before I set my face, I'm actually going to be taking the Unearthly Cosmetics Incandescent. And this one's in the shade Pixie, which is the pink, purple, and blue. And this one has a very purple blue shift. So we're going to put this down before powder. And then if I need more. If I think that I need more highlighter after this, I was thinking of going in with the Kaleidos Moon Cruiser, which is a beautiful blue. We'll see. I've never tried to layer powder on top of these highlighters. Like I never tried to layer a powder highlighter on top of these serum-like highlighters. So I don't know how that's good. Fucking marry me! I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter, because we want to be smooth like butter. Make sure you're tapping out any creases under your eye before you're setting, otherwise you're just gonna set the creases in place. And then go directly in with powder. I really think that this formula is very unique in the way that I just set it with powder and you could still see that shine through it. I don't know how regular like cream highlighters perform, but the Unearthly ones definitely perform. So I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn Blush Bronzer Duo, and this one's in the shade Top Tan in Lilac Love. So it's just like a pretty little purpley blush, and then just a nice flush of color. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways. Since the eyes are so dramatic, I'm trying to keep my face makeup a little bit more softer. Now I did use that beautiful pinky blush, but I do feel like it kind of did get drowned away, so of course we're going to be adding more. This is like a purpley toned blush. Lilac is a good name for this because it's definitely lilac, but it's not like a crazy purple where it's scary. I'm going to take my Jaclyn Under Eye Brightening Palette. Give me a little brightness, and also just to snatch up my nose. I'm going to take the Nimya by Nikki Tutorials Set It and Forget It setting spray. Kind of spit at me, but that's because I haven't used it in a while, at least a couple weeks. Oh god, that hurts so bad. I hit it like right on a zit too. I think I'm going to take just a little bit of the Kaleidos because this is very purpley pink and I kind of want some blue on top of it. So this one is the Kaleidos in the shade Moon Cruiser, which is purple to blue. But it's going to give us more of that blue shift. See? So I'm going to start by taking this little tiny detail brush with the shade Blackberry. Oh, and as you can see, I did a very fat wing. I don't know if I said that or not, but she's hefty. She's a hefty girl. So I'm going to do the purple right here majority of the way. Dust it off, the shade Lagoon, which is the blue, and of course we're going to bring that in. And we're going to connect all of this to the outer eye. And then I'm going to take a separate brush, just this little tiny doe color brush, with the shade Reef. And, oh, I've never used this brush before. Girl, oh, that's nice. I'm just gonna blend all of this together. Alright, so I'm gonna do, of course, I'm gonna do my white on my inner corner. I think you guys have seen plenty of that. Just my NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Milk. And then I'm gonna take these My Lash Lab lashes in the style Nicole. Very pretty. Everything is completed, and this is the finished look. I personally not digging the hair, but I mean, she tried. Okay, so I decided to go for a nude lip because, of course, we want the statement today to be the eyes. And I also did pop a little bit of... So I did take a little bit of this yellow shade, and this was from the Mean Girls X Perfusion like collab. And that's the shiny like yellow that I have in my inner corner here. And for my lip combo, I just went in with the LA Girl lip liner in the shade Natural and the NYX Professional Butter Gloss in the shade Sugar High. So I wanted to, like I said, keep it very simple, nude, like warm nude lip. And yeah, that's it. Don't look at my chin, okay? So yeah, so here is the completed look. I think that everything came out to be super stunning. It's not really giving me the flame vibes I was hoping for, but it's definitely giving me like a sexy, tropical, like sunset on the ocean vibe, which I'm living for. That is going to complete today's video, you guys. I really hope that you did enjoy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. And without further ado, let's go right on ahead. Roll the clip.